Hello and welcome to Cashmatics. This is the third lesson in my series on powers and indices. And in this tutorial we're going to learn 3 more rules, and if you can master these along with the ones in the first 2 videos, you should be able to tackle most of the questions that are thrown your way. So grab yourself some paper and a pen and let's get started. The first of the 3 rules is how to raise a product to a power. So a product is when 2 things are multiplied together. So here we've got AB to the power n. And it is really simple. All it is the same as each individual term raised to the power n and multiplied together. So that would be a to the power n multiplied by b to the power n. So for example, if we had something like 3a all squared, that'd be the same as 3 squared multiplied by a squared. Okay, so each individual term raised to the same power, and that would be 9 multiplied by a squared, so 9a squared. If I had something like 5b squared all cubed, that would be the same as 5 cubed multiplied by b squared all cubed. Okay, so each individual term inside is cubed. 5 cubed would be 125, and b squared all cubed would be b to the power 6. So that would be 125 b to the power 6. And something a bit more complicated like 2a squared b to the power 3 all to the power 5. That's each individual bit raised to the power 5. So 2 to the power 5 multiplied by a squared to the power 5 multiplied by b cubed to the power 5. And 2 to the power 5 is 32. A squared to the power 5 is a to the power 10. And b cubed to the power 5 is b to the power 15. So hopefully you can see that rule is quite straightforward and simple. The second rule is very similar. So a over b to the power n is equal to a to the power n over b to the power n. So for example, if I had 2/3 all squared, that's the same as 2 squared over 3 squared, which would be 4 over 9. If I had something like a over b squared all cubed, that would be a cubed over b squared all cubed, which would be a cubed over b to the power 6. And something a bit more complicated like 3a to the power 5 over 4b cubed all squared. This would be the same as 3a to the power 5 all squared over 4b cubed all squared. And I can rewrite the top by using the first rule, so that would be 3 squared a to the power 5 squared over 4 squared b cubed squared, and now I can finish it all off. So 3 squared is 9, a to the power 5 to the power 2 would be a to the power 10 all over 4 squared, which is 16, and the rest is b to the power 6. And the last rule is one you really need to be careful about. So a fraction to a negative power, what you do is you flip over the fraction, so write b over a, and turn the negative power to a positive power. So for example, if I had 4/5 to the power minus 2, the first thing I do is flip it over, so 5 over 2, and then square it. Okay, so rather than having a minus 2, I've got a plus 2 now, and then that would be the same as 5 squared over 2 squared, and I'm just using the last rule over here, the fraction to a power, so that would be 25 over 4. Okay, if I had something like 3a over b to the power minus 4, that would be the same as b over 3a to the power 4, and that would be b to the power 4 over 3a to the power 4. So let's just finish that off. That would be b to the power 4 over 3 to the power 4 a to the power 4, which is b to the power 4 over 81 a to the power 4. So the trick with these is not to do too much in one go. Just take each step one at a time. Okay, don't try and do too much in one go, otherwise you'll just get muddled up and get confused. And the other thing that people get muddled up with is a fraction to a power, or a fraction to a negative power, and a number raised to a fractional power. Okay, so we're not doing fractional powers here, we're doing a fraction to a power. So don't get these confused with a fractional power. What I would suggest if I was you at this stage is to pause the video and make some really comprehensive notes before you move on to the questions. So here's some questions for you to try. You've got 11 questions there. Take your time, flick back to your notes if you need to, and you can compare your answers shortly. So pause the video and give it a go. So I'm about to reveal the answers in 3, 2, 1, and there you go. Okay, so you've got most of the working there with the answers. In the last 3, I didn't have enough room to do all the working. So between the second and the third step in the last one, I've skipped a step, but hopefully you should be able to work out what's gone on if you've understood the first 2 rules. Right, that's all there is to it. So if you've watched all 3 videos, you've learned all the rules to do with indices that you need to know. So make sure you practice these regularly so you don't forget them, and hopefully when it comes to your exam time you'll be able to sail through these questions. So that's all for now, and I hope to see you again. Goodbye for now.